Hello, I'm Patrick Macnee. The Illuminati is said to be a global secret society that has been operating for centuries. A hidden brotherhood that includes some of the world's most influential people, people of all races and religions that hold top positions in government, churches, business, education, science, medicine, military, financial, and charitable institutions. A secret fraternity whose sole purpose is to take over control of the entire world's resources, finances, and its people. If such a powerful secret society does exist, it represents the ultimate threat to the free world. In fact, it means that right now there is actually no free world at all.
The New World Order first appeared on the plains of Shinar, where Nimrod proposed to build the Tower of Babel. Its purpose was to defy God's authority over men, to cast God out of their lives, and to usher in the occultic world and welcome the Prince of Darkness to rule the earth. The Tower of Babel, which means confusion, was covered with occultic symbols of the zodiac as its decoration. The second appearance of the New World Order came when Satan met Jesus in the wilderness, and he said, "If you will fall down and worship me, I will give you the kingdoms of this world." Now understand this. Satan had been given geographical control of this part of the universe, and he had it within his power to do exactly what he said. Satan was cast out of heaven. He became the Prince of Darkness. Prince means someone in authority in his kingdom. Wherever there is spiritual darkness, Satan has authority. Get that in your mind. That's why Jesus said to the church, "You are the light of the world. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." Continuing the historical progression of the New World Order. Out of the European history comes the Illuminati, meaning enlightened. A super-secret organization of international financial power brokers in Europe that had as their goal a world empire and a new world order. Their leadership consisted of Satanists and atheists. Ironic that followers of the Prince of Darkness thought of themselves as the source of light, until you look at the Bible and recognize that Satan himself disguises himself as an angel of light. Their objective, the Illuminati, was to kick God out of society and that man should rule it. If you have a United States dollar in your wallet, it bears the phrase "One World Order," the seal that was adopted by Congress in 1782. The seal that's on the left depicts an unfinished pyramid with an all-seeing eye at its top in a blaze of glory. Beneath that pyramid are three Latin words, Novus Ordo Seclorum, which means New World Order. The designer of the Great Seal was Charles Thomson, member of the Masonic Order who served as Secretary of the Continental Congress. This pyramid has special meaning to the Masonic Order, even as crystals and pyramid power hold occultic significance for the followers of the New Age. To some, the all-seeing eye represents providence. To others, it represents the eye of an ancient Egyptian deity, Osiris. After World War I, the war to end all wars, President Woodrow Wilson pronounced the League of Nations in man's relentless pursuit of a one-world government. There was no support for it, and it failed. Next on the stage of history came a man by the name of Adolf Hitler, and he told the German people he would bring to Europe a new order that would last 1,000 years. He dragged Europe into the bowels of a living hell, and he turned Europe crimson red with the rivers of human blood. Hitler's SS Corps and his followers were occultists and Satanists. The objective, to cast God out of society and to allow the Prince of Darkness to rule the earth for 1,000 years. Then came the Communist Party, pledging a new world order, an atheistic, God-hating, evil empire that collapsed like a house of cards. Russia is now trying to make a comeback as a superpower. so that they can lead the Islamic nations against Israel, as described by the prophet Ezekiel in chapters 38 and 39. Now comes the United Nations, who wants a new world order. What does it mean? Listen to the words of Brock Chisholm, former director of UN World Health Organization. Quote, "To achieve world government, it's necessary to remove from the minds of men their individualism, to remove loyalty to the family, national patriotism, and religion. Objective, to cast God out of society." Are we hearing right? The United Nations is the Tower of Babel. Not Babel, Babel, as in yakety yak. It is really the bully pulpit of tin-horn dictators on the Hudson. It's the house of political prostitutes who have sold themselves to someone else, and they think they're ready to rule the world. I agree with the slogan, "Get America out of the UN and get the UN out of America." Listen closely. There is going to be a new world order, and soon. It's not going to be the socialistic utopia that self-serving politicians in D.C. believe it's going to be. It's not going to be the heaven on earth that Marxist professors in America's universities are clamoring for. It's going to lead to an economic crash and then to a living hell on planet Earth. From the Tower of Babel to the United Nations, to the ACLU, to the godless in our Congress who desire to kick God out of society and to let man rule the earth, God is about to say, it's enough. It's enough. You've rejected me. You've rejected my word. You've rejected my son, Jesus Christ. I'm going to turn Satan's Messiah loose on the earth. I'm going to release the Antichrist and the four horsemen of the apocalypse who will make Hitler look like a choir boy. They will slaughter 1/4 of the earth's population and produce a hell on earth that the minds of men cannot fully grasp. There are 4 things that have to happen before a new world order can come to power, according to Brock Chisholm of the United Nations. 1, there must be a destruction of the monetary system. I believe America's economic problems are not created by market conditions. I believe that they have been planned and orchestrated to devalue and to destroy the wealth of the dollar. It does not take a rocket scientist to understand the basic economic concept that excessive debt leads to bankruptcy. How many of you know that when you spend more than you make, you go broke? Now, people in Congress understood that. We wouldn't be going the direction we're going. You cannot spend your way into wealth. What one person receives without working, another person must work for without receiving. The government cannot give to anybody anything that the government does not first take away from someone else. And the government that can give you everything has the power to take from you everything.
We're living in a virtual reality. We're living in a totally controlled environment where very few people realize the extent to which we are all manipulated and controlled by unseen forces. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that our society is the most manipulated and controlled society in history because of the programming and conditioning we all undergo through both mass media and public education.
We're seeing a society that not only has a lot more people of lower IQ, but a lot fewer people of higher IQ. In other words, a dumbing down, a chemical dumbing down of society. So everyone's sort of mediocre. That leaves them dependent on government because they can't excel. We have these people of lower IQ who are totally dependent. Then we have this mass of people who are going to believe anything they're told because they can't really think clearly. And very few people of very high IQ who have good cognitive function who can figure this all out. And that's what they want. So, you know, you can kind of piece it together as to why are they so insistent in spending so many hundreds of millions of dollars of propaganda money to dumb down society?
Oh yes, and music is a whole another area that employs these techniques. Popular music, all popular culture, movies, TV, music, they carry messages, and it's not just entertainment. Entertainment is not value-free. It has ideological content. It presents a worldview that influences the people who are watching or listening. So we've got this disconnect, thinking that entertainment is harmless when it's the most important delivery system of propaganda, because it influences people without their conscious awareness, and that's the ultimate in controlling people in society, is to do it without them being aware of it.
I tremble. They're gonna eat me alive if I stumble.